What's your overall response to the government's response to your report?
Overall, I'm very pleased. I think the fact that we've had 160 out of 215 recommendations accepted is excellent. And I'm overall, very, very pleased. Inevitably, there's going to be some disappointment about some of the recommendations, and that haven't been accepted. And I would ideally have wanted the whole shooting match have been approved of. The real crunch on this, though, is about implementation, making it happen. So the months ahead will be about turning words into action.
One of the most interesting recommendations, as far as our readers are concerned, is the whole issue surrounding the 6-day standstill.
Yeah.
Now, it strikes me that it's been an acceptance in principle. Are you comfortable with that? Were you comfortable with what Jim is proposing regarding the fact that farmers have now got to prove to the government that they can make this work?
Yeah, I am. I'm reasonably. I think that what the government's response isn't far away from what we recommended. It will allow farmers, not to have 6-day standstills, so they'll be able to move animals out within a few days of animals coming in. But clearly, it is going to be subject to a separation protocol. And I think that the real answer to "Am I comfortable? Am I not?" is can we deliver a separation protocol that isn't too bureaucratic? And we're going to give that a good crack in the months ahead. From my point of view, I want to deliver a system that can enable farmers a lot more flexibility, that follows the spirit of what we set out in the recommendations. Do I think it can be done? Yes, absolutely.
It sounds to me from what Jim Pater was saying in the press conference that it might be a situation where some farmers can comply and some can't. Is that going to be a worry?
Well, I think if you're a farmer with 2 fields, you're going to have a problem. I think for farmers with any significant acreage where there is the ability to, in my mind, to separate animals from animals that have come in, I don't see any problem in principle. So I personally think, and let's see in the months ahead, and I shall certainly do my best to implement this, that this system should be available to the vast, vast majority of livestock farmers.
The big underlying concept to your report was earned recognition. As chairman of the implementation group, can you just expand on how that might work in practice? How can you earn recognition as a farmer?
Well, earn recognition is where you give trust to a farmer, you take away the regulatory burden on him because he is able to demonstrate that he has already earned that by some third party. So farm assurance, a veterinary approval, a retailer, somebody who is saying that your dairy hygiene inspections, your IPPC, your separation facilities, your cross-compliance, all of those things are things that you can be trusted on because you've already earned that via some third-party arrangement. And I think if you apply that, you can apply that across pretty well every inspection regime, pretty well every regulatory regime. So the opportunity for earned recognition, for earned trust in order to avoid regulations, is really, really significant. Now, what we've now got to do is build on the 2 or 3 examples that already exist. And I think it's really important that NFU, CLA and other organisations now come forward and say, we would like to do this in this area, as opposed to a regulatory, very heavy inspection regime that exists at the moment.
Great. Thanks, Richard, and good luck with implementing the 100